Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that would like to take this opportunity to salute board game icon Will Wheaton, who portrayed Wesley for 6 seasons on Mr. Belvedere. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Batman, Gotham City Chronicles from Monolith. Batman, Gotham City Chronicles, is a game for 2 to 4 players from Monolith. Now, this game has a lot of videos online for how to play, so I'm just going to give you a very brief, very bare-bones overview of the rules before I tell you what I think. Now, in this game, you have various scenarios you choose from out of a scenario book. Up to 3 players will take on the role of various Batman heroes. You can play Batman himself, you can play Nightwing, you can play Robin, you can play Catwoman. Yeah, she's good in this. Different versions of Catwoman, different versions of Batman. There's even Bat-Cow. There's a ton of different Bat heroes you can play in the base game. Well, you can go ahead, select which heroes you want to play. They come with an accompanying player board and a number of energy cubes that you're going to use through the game. Now, the villain is going to have the giant villain book, the river as it is, and he's going to have various tiles that represent villain groups that are on the board. Now, the heroes are going to have kind of 3 areas for their energy cubes. They're going to have the ready area, their kind of spent area, and their kind of wounded area. Now, what's going to happen is, on their turn, they can essentially spend from the ready area different cubes into different spaces to perform different actions. Now, each player gets to move basically 2 spaces. You can move 2 spaces for free. If you want to move more than that, you would have to spend an energy cube into the movement area. If you want to attack, you would have to spend into the attack zone. Now, you wouldn't just spend a cube to attack, rather you're going to spend for how many die you're going to roll. That's the intensity of the attack. So you could load up there, but you may not want to. You may want to hold off because you may want some of these things later for defense. But different kinds of actions are going to require you to spend energy cubes into those specific areas on your player board. Now, if ever later you're wounded, those things are going to go to the wounded area. Now, at the beginning of the next turn, you're going to have to choose a stance. If you want to take your active stance, you're only going to get a small number of cubes back, I think maybe 2 back, that you're going to be able to use that round. Or you can take kind of a resting stance. If you take a resting stance, you're going to get like 6 cubes back, but you're not going to be really able to do anything that turn. Now, after all of the heroes have gone, then the villain gets to go. Now, the villain has, as I say, the river with the various tiles on it. Now, at the leftmost spot, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up, which means that is the cost to activate it. So if something's in the leftmost cost, it's only going to leftmost space. It's only going to cost 1 energy cube to activate it, and then it slides to the back, and then you can activate those characters. But you can activate any of them. You just have to pay more the further right you go. Now, throughout the game, when it's not your turn, but the opposite player's turn, the hero or the villain, and they attack you, you can spend die to do rerolls. It's not your dice whether to defend yourself. You can also spend dice on rerolls, but you're spending energy cubes to select those dice so that you can try to defend yourself. So if they're rolling successes as hits, you can roll successes as misses. And there's also armor on some of the villains and stuff that you got to get through. But beyond that, you're trying to get the most successes. You're trying to get more to hit them. And you've even got big bad villains like Bane, and Bane's kind of got health points that you're kind of trying to keep track of, and the villains are trying to whittle that down. So you go around and around. You're activating your various actions you can do with those energy cubes. You're taking those actions, you're fighting the bad guys or fighting the good guys. You're trying to reach your objectives in that specific scenario. And if you can reach your specific objectives in that scenario, then you win! Batman, Gotham City Chronicles. So this was a game, I don't do a lot of Kickstarters, but I actually Kickstarted this because this game is based on the Conan system, and I didn't Kickstart that, but I got a copy from, I think, Amazon Vine, and I've still got it. Great game. I'm kind of done with dungeon crawlers generally, but man, this was so good, and this was so much fun. I loved the choices you had with the Conan system. I thought, I really want the Batman one, and I heard they weren't going to sell it retail, so I was like, man, I guess I'm doing the Kickstarter. So I went ahead, did the Kickstarter, and the game, of course, is based on that Conan system, and it's really fun. Spoiler alert, it's really fun. It's fun because I love that the choices you get with the energy cubes. It's all about that. I can do all these different things, but it's going to cost me. And do I want to do them all now, or do I want to husband my strength later for the inevitable counterattacks that are going to come, and I have to defend myself? How am I gonna spend this? How am I going to do it? And there's a lot of fun choices too. In the books, you can choose from which characters you want. Like I said, there are different options for choosing which heroes you want. And to kind of keep it balanced, they say you got to play these heroes and these villains, and that's cool. But there's a lot of different scenarios in here, so you can play what you want to play. It's a fun system. It's a unique system. I think I know they're going to do another. They're doing the other Kickstarter. I'm not sure when that's coming out. I think it's here just in a couple of days or in a week or something like that from when I'm filming this. So I may have this up by the time it goes. I don't know when I'm going to have this one up. But I don't think it's going to be in retail, which kind of sucks because this is a great game that I think more people should have access to, and they're probably not going to have access to it just because it's Kickstarter. And it's expensive. I don't think I'm going to do Season 2 just because Season 1 was pretty expensive, and I'm a starving college student. So I really wish this was available retail. But I love the game. I love Batman City Chronicles. This is so much fun. I think it's kind of overkill with all the stuff you get just in the core game. It comes in 2 boxes. You got this big villains box. You got this big heroes box. And it seems like it easily could have been. They could have made a much tighter, much more streamlined core box. But again, their Kickstarter, they're going for the big score here, and more power to them. If people are going to buy it, why not? But it's a shame because I wish this game was a little more accessible to more people. It's a fantastic game. So I know when they're doing the Season 2 thing, I think they're redoing the Season 1. They're going to make the Season 1 stuff available. So I don't even know if the Kickstarter's going to be over by the time I put this up. But it's really, really a fun game. I mean, I really like this game. I know some people say that they don't like it, or they don't really understand it, or they don't get it. But to me, I've said this 100 times on the show, it's choices, right? What makes a game really fun and unique is the choices it gives you. Do you have tough choices? Are you willing to risk things? Are you willing to do those, to take those risks? And this is a game that lets you do it. I need more die rolls, but I also maybe need to put a little distance between me and this guy. Do I just run away, or do I take those shots? And do I take those shots now, or do I husband my strength so I can defend myself during the next phase, during the villain or the hero's phase? It's just, gosh, it's solid, it's tight. My friends and I that I play this with have loved this game. Loved it. So the recommendation from the discriminating gamer is this. I'd say try it before you buy it, but I don't know how many people are going to have access to it. If this game were on store shelves, I'd say, yeah, you probably want to buy it. As it is with the Kickstarter, I don't know that you might want to put your money into that. You might. I mean, this is a tough call. I want to just say buy it because it's such a great game and I love it so much. But just with the fact that it's not available on store shelves, and it is expensive, and there's, for this game, if you just bought this game, you could buy 3 or 4 other great games, smaller games that are great games. So it's a tough one to say. I guess for me, what I'm saying is I can't really say try it before you buy it because you can't really find it to buy it. But it's a positive, you're going to like it. That's the best I can say. I guess a positive try it before you buy it if you can get access to a copy and play it. But man alive, it's a fun game. I sure like it a lot. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in kind of an homage, a tribute to Will Wheaton, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and actually do my best Wesley impersonation. As you wish.
Please somebody help me on my feet again. And I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I've been dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
Will be resting.
No, nothing. You're still in the game.
Survive.